What's up guys, Just Messi here and welcome to a brand new video, and welcome to a video today to talk about some potential downgrades coming to FIFA 17 Ultimate Team. The reason I say this is because something's coming about now called Ratings Refresh on the official EA site, and basically upgrades and potential downgrades are starting today. I'll explain in more detail in just a moment, but if it does happen, it's something brand new coming to FIFA 17, guys. So before we get started, as always, you show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and the comments below. Do you agree that players downgraded in this video? Because they're all from head to head, not my opinion. And if you missed my previous video, it was down below in the description box. There are a few notes I want to quickly point out just before we get started though. The very first one, I'll keep stating it throughout the whole video like I already have so far. These are from head-to-head database. The latest update on there, they're not my opinion, because some of them I don't agree with. It's not even confirmed we'll get downgrades, by the way. It's just speculation based of the Ratings Refresh logo on the EA site. And I will put it on your screen right now what it says. Basically on easports.com/FIFA, it says hundreds of players are getting their ratings permanently updated on FIFA Ultimate Team from February 17th, which is today, until February 27th. And there's a Ratings Refresh logo, a green up arrow, and a red down. Now, because it says Rating Refresh, does that mean they're still releasing players into packs as new cards, or are they changing the ones already on their game? So for example, an 84 Chris Smalling, will everyone's changed to an 83 possibly? We'll have to wait and see. They may have also changed positions, so I'll mention that throughout the video. And finally, my thoughts on downgrades, potential downgrades, is that they can be somewhat pointless. Like Smalling's 84 rated card is like 10,000 coins or so. It's not hard to save up for that. Like an 83, how many people genuinely be like, you know what, I'll save myself 2,000 coins and get that card instead of his best version. So the very first player in alphabetical order is going to be a very popular and one of the higher rated ones. That is David ALABA from Bayern Munich. So this year is an 87 rated left back, I believe the highest fullback in the game. Obviously aside from legend cards. So his base stats this year are very good at 83 defending and dribbling, 86 pace, 81 passing, 73 shooting and also physical. But now on head to head right now has gone down one rating to an 86. And his stats haven't really changed too much really. A couple of dribbling stats gone off there down to 81, defending down to 82. That's literally it. So for that one I could understand why people would go for the 86 because it could be like 20k cheaper than the 87. Next player is going to be Hatem Ben Arfa. He does have a once to watch card, so what would happen to that? And on foot he's an 84 rated cam with 82 pace, 82 shot, 88 dribbling, 79 passing and 74 physical. On head to head right now he's gone down to an 83, minus 3 pace, minus 1 shot, and everything else has stayed the same. And it is another player with a bit of coin value about him, so potentially could be worth saving some coins on him. Then we go on to Jerome Boateng. We've got the big ones to start things off. He's a 90 rated centre back, the highest in the game again by default on 17. Very good card, one of the best centre backs on the game. Now he's an 89 rated centre back now, and the only real change again, I mean, one defending has gone off, one physical, and one pace, but that's literally it. And I believe he's the most expensive player that has a downgrade on head-to-head right now that potentially could have his rating changed. So I think, you know what, he could be worth saving some coins on, but personally, if you play FUT Champions, you want the best of the best, so an 89 for me wouldn't really cut it. Then we go on to Claudio Bravo, a definitely deserved downgrade, minus 2 from 85 to 83, minus 1 diving, minus 1 handling, same kicking, minus 3 reflexes, minus 2 speed, and a minus 1 positioning. He's gone from a top class goalkeeper at Barca to a goalkeeper that really has struggled to adapt to a new league. Next player is going to Dani Alves. This is one of the stranger ones because he obviously got in Team of the Year, and he's gone from an 85 to an 84, but the main thing, 87 pace down to 81. And the even stranger thing about this is the fact that some of his stats have gone up, like 87 pace to 81, okay, that's a big downgrade. Shooting stayed the same, passing went up by 4 to 80, dribbling went up by 2 to 84, defending stayed the same, and physical went down by 3. MAHREZ has gone from an 84 to an 83, but the thing about him, his position's actually gone from a cam to a centre mid, so his stats have actually gone up in some cases, like passing up by 3, shooting up by 2, dribbling down by 1, and defending up by 7. Jonas from Benfica has gone from an 84 down to an 83, his pace down by 1, shooting down by 1, passing down by 2, and physical also down by 1 from 65 to 64. Next up is Krychowiak from PSG, and just like his teammate Ben Arfa, he has a once to watch card on FIFA Ultimate Team. His rating has gone down by 2, but his stats really haven't changed too much. minus 1 passing, minus 1 defending, and also minus 1 dribbling. Like overall, it's not a massive change, but quite a big overall change. But I am interested to see whether this changes once to watch card like Ben Arfa, because if it does, it kind of screws over people who already have their card. but have to wait and see how they do it. Then we got to MAHREZ, pretty a deserved downgrade as well, from 85 down to an 84. And in the space of just 12 months, Leicester have gone from winning the Premier League and getting Champions League football on top of it, and also getting to the knockout stages of that, to potentially getting relegated. I believe they're 1 point off the relegation zone at this point in time, which is crazy to think of, but obviously last year a lot of the big teams, pretty much every single big team, did underperform. So MAHREZ has gone from player of the year, pretty much taking on any single team, scoring some fantastic goals, getting so many assists for Jamie Vardy. But this season, it's not ticked whatsoever. So I don't think he's a bad footballer. I think if you put him into a team that's successful, full of like really good quality players, he'll get back to what he was last season. But I imagine he's somewhat regretting not moving this summer, as I think PSG were interested at one point. But MAHREZ gone from an 85 to an 84 like I mentioned. Stats wise, -1 shooting, -1 passing, and the rest of it has stayed the same, and also still has his 5-star skills. Then we go on to Steve Mandanda, go from an 85 down to an 84 after his transfer to Crystal Palace, and his stats haven't really changed too much other than -2 kicking. Actually saying that, look at the right hand side of the stats, he's gone from a 53 speed down to 48 and positioning from 81 down to 80, but still a pretty solid goalkeeper, although in the Premier League there's much better options. Then we go on to Javier Mascherano from 85 to 84 also, and stats-wise change, his passing has stayed the same, the left-hand side stats will stay the same actually, dribbling down by 1, defending down by 2, and that's it. Thomas Muller's really struggled this season under Carlo Ancelotti, not scoring many goals whatsoever. I think, if I'm right, I think he's only got 1 goal in the league so far or something like that. And stats-wise in this card, from an 87 to an 86, I think the only change has been -1 physical. And overall, I think that's a really pointless downgrade, although potentially it's like a rating correction maybe. Then we got on to Nicolas Otamendi, gone from an 85 down to an 84. Pace has stayed the same, shooting and passing also, and dribbling. The only thing that's changed really, defending down by 1, and also physical down by 1. So it won't make too much of a difference in game, but probably maybe in price. Javier Pastore has gone from an 85 down to an 84. His pace is down by 1, shooting down by 2, and the rest of the stats apart from physical, also down by 1, have remained the same. Then we go on to Dimitri Payet, quite a big signing obviously from January, going back to Marseille from West Ham, and he's gone from an 86 down to an 85. It's not a position change or anything. I think it's quite a harsh downgrade. I know he refused to play for the whole of January, but overall, he was pretty solid for West Ham when playing, before the transfer rumours really started to come into play, but his stats haven't changed too much, other than the fact that defending has gone down by 5, from 42 to 37, and passing from 87 down to 86. I don't think it'll affect his ones to watch card, but potentially could if that's the way they go about it. Then we go on to Aaron Ramsey, and in fact, I think every single one of his stats have stayed the same. He's gone from an 84 down to an 83. I don't know what that means. I mean, would they downgrade him for that? I have no idea, but it wouldn't make too much sense to downgrade someone's rating, but no on-card stats. But obviously a couple of in-game stats might have changed by 1 or 2 here and there, and the rounding just doesn't change whatsoever because it's too high anyway. Then we go on to Renato Sanchez, one of the most popular players this year on FIFA Ultimate Team. Also has a once to watch card, from a 78 down to a 77, so only -1, but 82 pace down to 81, 70 shot has stayed the same, 70 passing to 69, 79 dribbling to 78, 72 defending to 70, and 84 physical to 83. And it's crazy to think someone that low rated is used by pro players as a substitute. He's so good in game, and the downgrade, well, I say it's deserved. He hasn't really played too much this season, and when he hasn't really been as good as people expected, but he is still very young. Then we go on to Wayne Rooney, the record breaker now for Manchester United, the highest ever goal scorer with 250 plus goals. Gone from an 84 down to an 83. The stats haven't changed too much really. -1 dribbling and also -3 physical, but other than that, it's pretty much the exact same card. His position hasn't gone from cam to centre mid, which I was quite surprised about. Then we move on to Sergio Busquets. In my opinion, it's still one of the best DMs in the world, but this season for Barca, it's not just him, Barca in general have been quite far off the pace. And that was kind of magnified in their Champions League thrashing the other day to Paris Saint-Germain. His stats have stayed the same pretty much, apart from -1 defending from 83 down to 82, but his rating again, 87 down to 86. And would that mean he's still a walkout? I have no idea. The same applies to Dani Alves, but now we go on to Chris Smalling, probably one of the best centre-backs on FIFA 17. I could say definitely one of the best to be honest, but he's 84 rate by default, down to an 83 on head-to-head, and let's face it, if he gets that downgrade, it won't make too much of a difference because the only stats that have changed, -1 on dribbling, defending and physical. If anything, him being low rated makes him on the market more often, so he's more attainable. Then we go on to another English player this time, that is Daniel Sturridge, going from an 84 down to an 83. His pace has gone from 89 down to 86, which I definitely do agree with. Obviously since his injuries and stuff, he's nowhere near as quick as he used to be. His dribbling's gone from 81 to 80 and the physical from 70 to 69. But one thing about Sturridge's upgrade, or downgrade sorry should I say, is that his skill moves have been upgraded to 4-star again on head-to-head. And they might have also changed his weak foot down to 2-star, but I could well be wrong. Then we go on to John Terry from an 84 down to an 82. It's kind of understandable why he's not really played this season. He's got -1 passing down to 56, also -2 defending and also -2 physical. So a card that, let's be honest, no one really uses him in game. If they do, I'm not sure why they do. And the only reason people get him really is to put into SBCs. And someone that lit the Premier League up last season is going to be Jamie Vardy. He's gone from an 82 down to an 80, just like MAHREZ has got a downgrade for Leicester. So it's really strange to see. I think last season he bagged like 24 or 25 goals, and this season really is struggling in front of goal. Maybe it's because he's not getting the right service from the likes of MAHREZ, and also the over-the-top ball from Danny Drinkwater. It's not working this season. His shooting went down from 80 to 79, so not much of a difference there. Dribbling down by 1 also, defending down by 3 from 54 to 51, and that's it for Jamie Vardy. Then we go on to William Carvalho, another player that's not really used too much in regards to the squad, just for SBCs. His pace went down by 1 to 53, his passing actually went up by 1 to 75 from 74, his defending went down by 2 to 80, and physical also went down by 2 to 83. And the final one is going to be the legend that is Xabi Alonso. Just like John Terry, he's mainly used for SBCs nowadays, not actually in squads itself, but his pace has stayed the same at 33, his shooting went up by 1 from 70 to 71, passing went down by 1 from 87 to 86, dribbling down by 1, defending down by 4, and physical down by 1. And that's going to be it for today's potential downgrades coming to FIFA 17 if it does happen, because ratings refresh, in my opinion, it looks like we are going to get them. But anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, show support by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and the comments below. Do you agree with those players that got downgrades? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you missed my previous video, we're down below in the description box. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.